ain't no sleepy cause the body don't stop. What? I'm sorry, chicas, but the Zugster needs his sleep, otherwise he gets pretty cranky. And believe me, nobody wants that. But what we do want is a TVZ between two top French players, and that's what we've got tonight. Both of our players are known for their aggression, and lo and behold, we've got a new map that's also known for aggression. Welcome to Blackburn if this is your first stay. It kind of looks like it might be a 4-player map, but do not adjust your set. It's a 1v1 map. The players both just start on the south side, kind of like Golden Wall. But unlike Golden Wall, this map brings back those deceleration zones. Hatch first for our Zerg player. I thought the deceleration zones were really unpopular, so I'm surprised to see them make a return. I'll keep an open mind. Our Zerg player is an American city with 6 professional sports teams. He is Denver!
Current world rank 48.
So similar to a lot of other asymmetrical maps, you can really see how our two players are close by air. It's only the deceleration zones that really make it impossible for you to just pop over. Those zones are also populating the ground, but if you micro right, you should be able to slip through them unaffected. So we got Extractor Pool for Zerg and a Reaper Expand for our Terran player. Clem's sending over an initial SCV to scout. Clem's just playing at an unreal level. He's utterly dominating the ESL weekly cups. He just took a hat trick in the European division. Our Terran player's name is an intransitive verb. He is Clem!
Current world rank 2.
Alright, hatch is about to pop and we can get the aforementioned party started. Clem confirms that timing with his scout. It's gonna be 2 queens, 4 lings. I'll be interested to see how fast the Reaper can get over to the Zerg base. He has to be microed around that deceleration zone. Clem catches it. You have to babysit that pathing. But boy, if you do, it is not a far trip. The Reaper's already at the Zerg natural and the Queen's only halfway done. A Clem Reaper in your mineral line. Nobody wants that. And there's only 4 lings to rotate. Denver started his ling speed, but that's a long ways away. Reaper snags the first blood, claiming the life of a ling. He gets another one. Little edges the Terran player loves to pick up. The Queen is here now, so it should become more difficult. Clem just has to watch out for when those Zerglings suddenly sprout wings, because when they do, it's gonna get nasty. Look at this Overlord positioning. He's floating on top of the world's biggest missile turret. Why is it not shooting him down? Did the Overlord slip him a couple Benjamins? This other Overlord's gonna get vision on the Reaper. That's gonna prompt the Queen to go for vengeance. If Clem's not watching, he could lose that Reaper. Of course he's watching. Who am I kidding? You didn't believe that false drama for a second. Wow, that Terran main looks very busy. Most notably, Clem's making a third. Denver's third's actually halfway done. But I just want to see what happens when those lings get speed. There's a pair of reactored Hellions on the way. Reaper might be hanging around a little too late. Oh, he got a creep tumor. And now he starts stim pack to celebrate. Could somebody please shoot that Overlord? He's like sitting on the tip of the gun barrel. Speedlings versus a Reaper. He's gonna have to micro his way out of this one. That's a good start. Clem's kiting like a boss. He goes around the mulberry bush and murders a Zergling who never returns. All kidding aside, that Reaper's killed all of Denver's lings. He's got nothing but queens now, which in fairness is probably what he wanted for those Hellions. Oh, Clem's Marines gotta stop that Overlord scout. He wouldn't have had to if that giant missile turret had gotten off his butt. And it's a good scout too. He's gonna see everything, including the brand spanking new starport on the way. He's gonna see the reactor being built on the factory and know that that's probably going to that starport. Oh, Clem's splitting up his harassment forces. Denver's quickly trying to make more lings to compensate. He's also making a roach warren. Denver loves his roaches. I know, doesn't every Zerg player? But Denver even more so. Oh, the Reaper is in the mineral line. Denver converts a drone to a spore. Great defensive micro and the lings are gonna chase the Reaper out. 5 kills on that Reaper. That used to be the norm, but you don't see it anymore. Though I wonder what Clem's starting Reaper averages in a typical game. Denver starts his lair, I'm assuming for roach speed. It's his bread and butter, and it's a good choice for what Clem's bringing to the table. Clem's adding that third Rax. So we're likely to see his speciality. A whole lot of upgraded Marines. The Hellions went through that deceleration zone on purpose. They wanted the camera to get a nice slow-mo shot of them. Watch me, driving away from the Zerg like I don't even care. Explosions in the background as I move real slow. Clem is lifting off his third already. It is a well-oiled machine. A well-oiled machine that's going to include combat shields for those Marines. And a 2 medevac drop. Clem's just loaded 14 Marines up. Break time's over, Denver. This is happening. Break time? What break time? Didn't you see that Reaper Hellion? Denver's got a counter sneaking around the top, but it's looking a little light. There's only 5 of them. Clem looks to be trying the front door, but this could be a fake. If he can draw out enough roaches, he can flip around and drop the main. Denver's up to 7 queens, though. That's going to give him a real shot to take out the medevacs. If he can get them in transit, he can shut this down. His roach speed is still a long ways off. His bailing nest is just getting started. Oh, and Clem just took his ramp. That's evil. Denver has to bust up his own ramp. He's losing queens. He's already lost one at the main. Oh, this is nasty. If Denver was thinking about doing some kind of Nidus play, he no longer has the queens to put in it. The roaches are going to force that liftoff. Combat shield's about to finish, and Clem started his 1-1. The good news for Denver is he's looking good on workers. He's ahead in that category, and 68 is a healthy number for 6.5 minutes. Though the income tab says otherwise, because Clem's just done a huge mule hammer at the third. It's not as bad as it looks. What is bad is that Clem is threatening to out-micro Denver at every combat opportunity. Oh, here's that counterattack. Oh, Clem doesn't even bother to raise the depot. That is demoralizing. Whoa, first name Roach, last name out of position. Fortunately, there are the cousins. First name backdoor, last name covered. I better stop naming the roaches or we're gonna be here all day. Denver's gonna make like 1,000 of them. Clem is so sneaky. He waits for that 4th to pop before he pays it a visit with his harassment force. That's that same starting Reaper, by the way. Oh, again, terrific spore conversion for Denver. Just denying those drone kills, and now his speed roaches are gonna make themselves known and clean that up. Roach speed, aka glial reconstitution. It doesn't sound like much, but it's such an impactful upgrade. Double evos for Denver. But Clem's about to finish his +1/+1 already. That could give Clem an attack window, and he intends to take advantage. A small squad of Marines are gonna clean up some creep, and that's gonna buy him some time to mix in his Marauders. It's old news, but Marauders with concussive shells are a great answer to speed roaches. And he's already halfway done that upgrade. Everything Clem does these days feels like it's ahead of schedule. Clem's got over 30 Marines on the map at this point. Oh, great bile trap. Oh, he dodged it. How did he dodge that? Denver set that well outside of Clem's vision. I think the Ravagers Union should petition for sanctions. Clem should be fined for illegal precognition. He hasn't trained any ghosts. He's not allowed to have any precog abilities. You need an academy before any kind of psychic potential is permitted. Denver puts down an infestation pit, and he's taken his gold base. There's not a lot of patches, but it's in a very convenient spot. Denver's really adding in the banelings. He's got centrifugal hooks for them. And don't get me wrong here, banelings are always valuable. But since we can see Clem is already adding to that Marauder count, they may not be as game-busting as Zerg fans might hope. Oh, good little sandwich attempt there. Clem spots it and picks up. He knows he got outmaneuvered. Denver's got 88 workers and he's feasting on gold. Clem is definitely getting outmined at this point. He's just saturating his 4th and turning it into an orbital. But Clem's efficiency remains off the charts. That needs to be Denver's goal, to put Clem's efficiency back on the chart, preferably at the bottom of the chart. But let's be honest, we'll settle for the general vicinity of the chart, or maybe even a cheap replica of the chart. Who cares about the chart? Just kill him already, get him off your creep. Clem's doing so much with just bio and he hasn't even brought out his 8 tanks yet. Well, yes he has. Clem loves to make me look behind the 8 ball. Denver is trying for a counter. Fortunately, he's brought more than 5 lings this time. Oh, this is a tough hold with all those tanks sieged up. Attacking into it, such a bad idea. Leaving the Terran alone, possibly an even worse idea. I really do like the counter attempt here. But that was not an orbital at the fort, that was a fortress. And it was enough to send the Lings packing. Oh, the Marauders and the tanks really blunting the force of those Banelings. And then the Marines can pop right to the forefront with that heavy DPS. Denver's still got a fantastic economy going. It's just that everything he builds with it dies. He's at 92 workers and even building a bit of a bank. On the other hand, he's been unable to scratch the paint on Clem's base. And he's just getting pushed back with wave after wave of this tank push. But as the saying goes, there is no problem that can't be solved with an excessive number of Banelings. And Denver's right about to catch up on upgrades. Clem with the pullback with the Marines. He's just weathered another huge wave of green fireworks. And that allows the tanks to leapfrog forward once again. Denver's making Zerglings 30 at a time. He's gonna have to look at adding to his tech. Denver is a player who's very comfortable staying on low-tier tech for an extended period of time. He can win with it, but it's hard to imagine Clem falling to this. Oh, Terran gonna take the gold. That's pretty bad. Clem scans Denver's gold and figures out how it is that Denver's been staying in this game. He's just been writing checks. Clem loads up a medevac and looks to see if he can do something about that gold base. Or it's a fake, he scanned the gold, so maybe he goes somewhere else. Ooh, that was an ambitious expansion. Oh, he tries to build it twice. Well, you can't blame a guy for trying. But if you can't get a creep tumor there, you probably can't get a hatchery. But what else is Denver gonna do? You gotta expand or die. Oh, he's getting the crackling upgrade. I do like that. And an ultralisk cavern. He's keeping an open mind on the concept of superior tech. Ultras and cracklings are a great combo for dislodging those annoying siege tanks, which are being fantastic. Look at that job there. He gets vision of the high ground and kills everything guarding the top. And now Clem owns the top corner of Denver's main. Denver's gonna try to rent it back with Banelings. Oh, corrosive bile friendly fire. Though maybe it didn't matter with the siege tanks pummeling everybody anyway. I think the only way out of this is to dislodge the tanks on the bottom. Easier said than done, obviously, but there's just such a kill zone up there right now. Clem's acting like he's been playing this map for months at a time. This is Boardwalk and Park Place in one here. It's the South America of the Risk map. Denver's adding Vipers, I really like that. Because these queens are not gonna do it, not without paying too high a price. At the same time, he's working on his chitinous plating upgrade. If Denver can just hold on. But don't go in that corner. It is the corner of doom. Both players closing in on +3/+3. Clem is maxed. He's got the bigger army. Denver's counterattack force is not looking too healthy there. I feel like not everybody on the sign-up sheet is in attendance today. They might have read the press release about what happened with the last Zerglings he tried to run by. Okay, so Denver's looking like he's going to try to dislodge that bottom force. He's got Vipers, blinding clouds on the tanks. That is how you do it. There's just so much Clem there. He can't get rid of Boardwalk. He can't get rid of Park Place. He is going to finish his chitinous plating. He's going to discover the level of defense at the Terran gold. That has got to be demoralizing. It's GG! Denver sees that Clem's not even using all of his forces to attack. Oh my god, he's going easy on me and he just has to tap out. Correction, somewhere in this cast, I wrongly called Blackburn an asymmetrical map. Just to beat the guy who's going to correct me to the punch, the correct term for this kind of map is horizontal symmetrical map. So yeah, I was way off. But fortunately, you didn't even notice my clumsy mistake because you were dazzled by Clem's insane speed and precision. I know I was. Poor Denver. This is a tough matchup for him. But just to say he could hang is a pretty big compliment these days. Anyways, the other star of this game was the map. Blackburn was the winner of the most recent TSL map contest, and it wasn't even close. It apparently blew the other maps apart, including popular maps like Dethara, Romanticide, and Jagannatha. And it did all of that with unpopular deceleration zones to boot. So I do look forward to seeing what it's going to bring us in the coming year. It's called a rush map, a category that tends to favor aggression. There's a lot of chokes and laneways, which I fear will make things hard for Zerg players. But as we've just seen, there's also a lot of opportunity for greedy expansion, which tends to be Zerg positive. Anywho, that's all I want to say. From my base to yours, Zugzwang out. To continue your Starcraft journey, Nova advises you to click the video in the upper rectangle. But Kerrigan warns you to watch your 6 and click the video in the bottom rectangle. Or you can stimpack your Starcraft experience. Subscribe to Zugzwang Starcraft. Just hit the circle. From my base to yours, Zugzwang out.